Hello everyone. So I had some problems. That's why I I'm gonna post it a little later than I said I will post it because I didn't save the project and yes, I had to start it all over. And because of that, I found out about some mistakes. So I did it on until this moment. So add line, new line, and compile, and the main sprite. I put it blank on the compile section. So I have it the same as last time. Hi. But this time compile doesn't do anything. No errors, nothing. And yeah, if I press on start, the editor resets. So right now we are gonna explain a bit of how compilers work and why we chose to do compilers and not an interpreted language. We are doing a compiler because it's faster than an interpreted language, and it compiles faster and runs the code faster. When it compiles, firstly it verifies the program if it has problems and other things, but and if it's without any errors, it runs it. So if you press compile, it verifies first all the errors it has. It announces us if it has any errors, and after that it runs the program. So let's start with a first block. I don't have the block from last time, so let's start with verify errors in string. So when I receive compile, firstly this time I will just do for only a single line of code because it's harder to do for more lines of code from the first time doing this. So verify errors in string. So I will set the string to item I of editor, and I will set I to 1. So what this does is like if I type in hi, it will set y to 1, and this string variable will set to hi, and will verify errors in this line of code when I press compile. So you see it's like yellowish when it glows a bit when I press on compile. So let's get to work. First things first, I will put here like a if string contains p then another if else, if string if string contains brackets, so an end, first an end, and if else string contains this kind of stuff, like I don't know how to say them. So how this I want to print something on the screen. I want to first initiate the syntax P, then the first bracket, and inside type the two, I don't know how to say, and then type the text, hello. So this is the main program. So this program should type hello, but I haven't learned the program yet, how to type hello, what is inside here. And if I compile, nothing does, because I haven't done any errors and anything here. So first error, add this thing to compiler. So in line oh no, join, and another join in line number I, and then another join there are no brackets for syntax P. So this is the first error you are doing so far. So if we compile, nothing happens because we have brackets in here. But let's say we don't have brackets, we type in like this and say to hi. So no brackets are in this program. If we compile in line number 1, there are no brackets for syntax P. So we have our first error. Now let's I'm gonna put here blank things until I will go and make another code, but this is the next video maybe. And then a new block, run syntax in string number I. So what this block gonna do is like we put the string in here, the string we want to run, and the number of the string, like item in editor, in the line number. So then here I will make a new variable are errors, and I will at the start of the game, I will not the game, at the start of the editor, I will place it on false, and I will add here set our errors to true. So if else our errors equals to false, and else if our errors equals to true, then add to compiler program has finished with ID 1. So if you know how computers work, so let's say you like you know about 1 and 0, the binary code. 0 means that the program has successfully compiled without any error or only a warning or two. But if there is ID number 1, then it didn't run the program because it has errors. So this is why I put 1 in here instead of 0. So then here I will put here like if else contains, again string contains p, then what we are gonna do is make a new variable g, because we don't want to intersect with the other with I. Let's say let's place all the variables here in the right, and yeah, string 2. So if string contains p, now we are not gonna do for variables. We set to g2, set g to, let's number. So p is the first character, the first letter, the bracket is the second letter, and the other is the third letter. So let's set it to 3, no, to 4, and set output to join. But first let's start to set the output variable to nothing. So it's gonna run it output, and I forgot how to it. It's algorithm. If you are going to do like logics in Scratch, you need this algorithm learned, studied a lot of times. I haven't studied it for a long time, so I don't know it very well. I think it's letter G of string and put this in a repeat until letter G. Oh, so I need to put this like this. Where it is letter G of string is equal to this. So letter G of string and then change G by 1. So incrementing variable G plus with 1. So G plus plus. And then just adding the output to compiler. And after all things done, we are gonna copy this, put this in here, and just correct it a little bit with 0. So we clear the output, and let's add a line like this, P and hello world. Hopefully not getting any errors. So we got string hello world right here, and if we compile hello world, program has finished with ID 0. Let's add some other things like another space between the output and the ID which was finished with, and let's say we add in hi and YouTube. So if we compile, we only compiled the first line, hi, and the program has finished with ID 0. This is all because I haven't put any repeat until or any loop inside here. So first it sets the I to 1, the item where P high it's here, and then it doesn't increment it to go to verify the second line of the code too. So that's why it doesn't changes the string and the output too. It just says the first line and then finishes the code. Next time we are gonna do the variables. I'm gonna initiate some variables inside. So like we type var x, and there is a list with variables, and we type x equals to something, and the value changes, but only one variable slot for now. Let's have a look at the other project I've been working on. It's like the other project of a programming language. It has variables like I want to, and like a structure nearly the same. So if we go to this tab, let's load. So new, it's a bit different. So it has a lot of code. It's not compiled, it's interpreted. So this is all the code I had into it. It's massive. I didn't add any comments here, so I don't know what each of these does. So we go here, add new, and let's edit it, adding p high and p YouTube, and then compile. Hi YouTube. So this program verifies all the lines of the code. So it's a bit different of how our program it is. Don't forget I have a account of Fiverr, so I'm teaching Scratch on around there, and only it costed $5 I think minimum, and uh, I can edit it. So let's say I want to create a new variable. I will call it x, and then edit it with x equals to 0. So first let's compile it. So it added here x, and x equals to 0. So if we edit it, it has a bit of problems with the variable. If we add it to this, it changes to soap. Like let's say we have a new program. Let's call again the variable x. Let's type in x equals to 0, and then let's print it. So no only brackets, so only x like this, and then edit again. I'll change the x to 9, and I will print x as well. So I think it will print, oh, so it doesn't have that problem, so it can print and change the variable. But if it remains the same like this, so if I edit like this and add a new line of x and I compile it, again 9. So it doesn't have input. That was I was working last on. So I hope it does have I does work, but I still think it doesn't work. It doesn't have multiple variables, so you cannot like create another variable y and added values. Then they will have the same value. So if I'll edit here and announce the new variable y, and let's say print y, let's say I will compile it, again 9, because it has the same value as x. So it you cannot create another variable for now. So let's try the input. So I, and let's yeah, I think that's why it didn't work. So let's compile it. Oh, so it gives an input, and that would be very good, but right now I haven't added, I thought input wasn't working, so yeah. So let's add it, let's add here like an 8, and let's edit it with px. So if we compile it, Oh, I see it didn't add it X, so if I would change it to 8, it did print it, so it changed the value of X in or wipe or all variables to what I inputted on the, yeah. So these are all the variables I have. I had some problems with Y and G, so I added some more and some more things. But I'm working on some other projects too. So like, if I go here in my unshared projects, I have another project here. It's very similar. See how I it's very similar. It's another programming language. So this is a bit it's another programming language, but it doesn't have a compile yet. So it doesn't compile, and there's nothing for now. But it has directories where you can arrange your code. So I don't know. Yeah. So years, I open directories. Let's add like this, and if I select a directory, so A contains B and C and D. So if I select A, selecting directory A, and then let's say open, it adds the B, C, and D directory. If then I go back, and then let's say I will select B, and then open B, E, F, G, and go back and select C and open it. There is nothing because there is nothing inside the C directory. It does have line adding, so execute text. It has a very difficult syntax to learn, so I will explain it when I finish the program, and I'll post it. And I can create a directory, I think. Oh, I didn't add it for now. And I have a OS I've been working on right here. I think this is it. It has many things, but some bugs. Like look at the lag. I'm in the main script, but so this is the start menu. So terminal. Oh, so let's wait until no. Let's open a app. So let's say calculator. Click me for starting. Yes, another problem. What would be the first number? 1 and 3, and the operation -2. Let's open the terminal. So it has shutdown, it has close, and help. So let's type in help, and there are shown some commands. Sudo command, so only admins, it's not finished yet. Install app, it's not finished yet because the browser isn't finished. And the programming language, I'm gonna add like some programming languages so you can program inside this operating system like you do in Windows or Linux, and so you can make apps and other people can install them with install plus app. version, so I can type in version, the data, so yep, the accept transfer data, info. Now write your command. Let's close the program. Let's open up like let's say Shady. I think this is the app I've been working on. 1, 2, 3 selection. Space button to get here, and there are some sites. I think I did forums, so if I type in forums, here you can get support. This is coded in at some HTML wannabe, so like I think it's pdata, no, site data, no, yes, it's site data, so it's like shady forums, the first line, and every line like free to, it has like this symbol to get to the next line, so we know the end of the line, and we didn't add here any code, but I wanted to just to show you all the projects I've been working on, and why I haven't posted it, the video, and I've been learning Java too, so I've been a bit occupied with my 272 lines of code, so I can show you. Let's say yeah, so I've been working on this project, so but this was the end of the video. I hope you liked it, and sorry for being so late on posting it. Bye.